Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So look, I have a new YouTube setup. So I have been working hard on redecorating my office. Now I have the whole flat to myself, which is incredible, and I have created this little setup and I'm really happy with it. It looks incredible, and to be honest, I really need to do a new house tour. So much has changed in the flat. Now I'm here by myself as well. It's just all girly, all copper, all marble, and really pretty. So I will hopefully do a updated flat tour probably in the next month, because it's been a year already since I've lived here. I just literally can't believe I've lived here a year now, and it's incredible. I'm going to be staying here. If you also want to know where I got any of these little bits from, then just comment in the comment section below and I will let you all know. This table was an absolute bargain though, might I add, because copper side tables normally retail for about £200, like on M&S, Oliver Bonus, £29 Argos, mint. So I was well happy with that bargain. So this week I have been involved in a really exciting project, and this video I thought would tie in really nicely to the project that I'm working on, and it will just be a very chatty story-based video. So I am honoured and proud and completely grateful to announce that I am in the $1 Million Blog, which is a new book written by Natasha, no, I apologise if I say this wrong, Natasha Courtney Smith. So Natasha is an ex-journalist and she has now turned into an author and has written the $1 Million Blog to basically help bloggers and YouTubers monetize and turn their passions and dreams into reality and into well-paying jobs. So if you're a blogger or a YouTuber yourself, this book is incredible. I'm so privileged to be a part of it, and to be honest, I didn't really see myself as a success. And just as a disclaimer, I do not earn £1 million or $1 million, so please don't presume that. I am far from it, and I don't know, hopefully one day maybe I will be. So this book is incredible for people who are aspiring to do YouTube or blogging, so definitely check this book out. I will leave a pre-order link down below to Amazon, and it should be out, I'm sure it's this week, it might be next week, I'm sure it's any time now basically. So in Natasha's book, I basically talk about social media influence, how to grow your social media channels, how to monetize your blogs, and how to be a good blogger, I guess. There's loads of other bloggers in there who have done incredible things, and I've already read the book and learnt lots of helpful information. But I get often asked quite a lot, how did you start blogging? Because some of you may know my extreme couponing page, but not a lot of you may know how on earth I stumbled into this, how on earth I do YouTube, blogging, run a business. Like, I don't even know myself. So I thought it'd be a really fun kind of story as such, because we've just had all the A-level and GCSE results as well, so I thought it'd be a good time to kind of explain my education and how I got to where I am today, and kind of just a motivational video about how it's okay not to have good grades. Throughout my whole time being at school, it was a really difficult time for me because I never really fitted in anywhere. I never really fitted in with anyone. I mean, I had a great group of friends who I actually still talk to now, some of them, which is really cool. And we kind of just did our own thing. I never really fitted in with anybody. I never really stood out. I was just a really plain Jane, and I kind of think I was a real big ugly duckling. Now obviously I have self-confidence and I think I've completely blossomed from how I was at that age, but I think I was an ugly duckling in that sense. I used to get bullied a lot, not anything really bad, you know, it didn't damage me or scar me. People just, you know, didn't get me and didn't understand me, and that was fine. It never really bothered me, and I don't think I ever let it bother me because I knew that I was better than that. I knew that what I had was special, and I didn't know what it was I had, but you know, when people would say, what do you want to do when you grow up? It was always, I want to run my own business, I want to do something online, and I used to say I want to be semi-famous too. I don't know why I used to say that. I think it was because I used to do like a lot of singing and dance and acting, like I was very musical theatre. So I think the famous side came from that, but obviously now I've like had a very, very small taste of what it is like. I don't want that at all. So I kind of learnt my lesson on the hard way with that one. My teachers used to say to me, so you want to run a business, what product are you going to make? And it was always what product, you know, you have to have an idea, an invention, a product. And I never knew. I was like, I'm going to be the product. I'm going to be it. And it must sound so big-headed, but people used to laugh at me. They were like, you know, that's never going to work. It's never going to happen. It's never going to take off. You're never going to run your own business. You're never going to do anything. And the one thing which really got to me is the fact that the teachers at our school just were not supportive of students whatsoever. If you weren't going to university, basically they just binned you off and called you a failure. And that was really hard, I think, because when I got to my GCSEs, I was never academically smart. I was completely average in every single way. So to take my GCSEs and to get pretty average results, and to this day, which I find absolutely hilarious, I don't have a maths GCSE. I failed my maths GCSE 3 times, and every single time I was 1 mark off. And it was so infuriating, so frustrating, but I still went to sixth form and got A-level results. And I've worked in a bank, in a phone shop, and I now run my own business about money. And I don't have a maths GCSE, so all the teachers who told me that I couldn't do anything without a maths GCSE, So I got my GCSE results. They were pretty average, and yeah, it just kind of summed up my whole school experience, pretty average. I then went on to sixth form and I studied theatre studies, performing arts and media. I really loved media. It was a really great creative outlet for me, and I loved doing everything to do with TV and film, and I just loved being creative. I didn't necessarily like being in front of the camera, but I liked the editing and the kind of behind the scenes kind of side of it. Performing arts and theatre studies gave me a real big confidence boost. It taught me how to have confidence and to really be different, I guess. And I think that that's helped me throughout my life. So sixth form was 2 years, and I then took my A-levels and again got very, very average results. Nothing special to see there. And we all had to apply for UCAS, which is the application process for university. And I just knew from day one, I was like, I'm not going to university. I don't want to get in debt. There is no courses I want to study. I want to run my business and I want to get out into the big wide world and see what it's all about. And again, they would say, well, what are you going to do? And I would say, I'm going to run a business. It's going to be online, it's going to be a business, and it's going to be successful. And people just thought I was crazy because YouTube and blogging actually didn't even exist at that time. And how crazy is that to think that the job and career path I'm following didn't even exist at that point. So I think that's incredible. And, you know, when I have children, I think I would always encourage them to, you know, have crazy ambitions and have crazy dreams, because do you know what? It happens. And with the law of attraction as well, you teach yourself to know that your dreams aren't too big. There is nothing too big or out of your league. You can have anything you want in life. And I think in a way it helped me to manifest that into my life by constantly just having that gut feeling and having that confidence that I would run my own business and I would do it, and it doesn't matter what anybody says or what qualifications I have. Or so if anybody has got average results, don't worry, because I'm doing fine. A lot of other people have done fine. And my dad, for example, doesn't even have any GCSEs, and he's run numerous businesses, been successful throughout his whole career, and has a really good job now. I'm not saying don't work hard and don't get good qualifications. Obviously, it's very important, and if you can get them, it's really beneficial and will help you. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not the end of the world. It's not going to shape your whole life. It's not going to give you a life sentence of bad jobs and working in places you don't want to because you've got shit grades. I really remember this one time in my life where all the people who didn't do UCAS got put into a room, and there was three of us out of probably a 500 student year, I think. I don't know exactly, it's probably 1,000 people, but 3 people. And I remember looking around me and thinking, like, this isn't for me. Because the 2 people beside me were not people like me. They were very lazy, very, you knew that they just didn't want to do anything. Whereas me, I was like, I want to do this, I want to succeed, I want to work, I want to earn money, and I want to succeed. And it was just destroying inside to think, this is my future. And they were telling me that my future was just going to be working in a shop. And they were great. Connections helped me do my CV and helped me look for work, but I really feel there needs to be more support out there for people who do want to go into work and do have incredible ideas of businesses to start, and that just was not around when I was at sixth form. My friend actually is a teacher now, and he says it has improved quite a bit. They do encourage people to, not always go to university, but I'm glad that that stigma is changing, because for me, it was soul destroying to have people tell you that you weren't ever going to do anything because your grades were crap and you didn't want to go to university. So that was my school life, basically. It was pretty uneventful, if I'm honest. I think the last 4 years of my life have been the most shaping and character building. So once I left school, I went into work straight away. I worked full-time at Starbucks, which I really enjoyed. It was a really great job. Probably one of the only jobs I've actually enjoyed, just because it was such a nice bunch of people and it was just really easygoing. I was making coffee. It wasn't exactly, sales targets or really difficult, but that for me was a great stepping stone because it got me into the job I was to do next, which was working in a phone shop, which was a targeted job. So it was really scary for me to go into a sales job so quickly. I think I was about 19 at this time, and the manager saw potential in me, so I guess that's why I went with it, and it really worked out well. I was excelling at sales targets, but for me it was more about interacting with the customer. I love speaking to customers, chatting. It didn't feel like selling to me, it just felt like having a conversation with someone. So from that I then got poached by my next manager to work in the bank. So I was actually a banking manager I think I was 20 by this time. And that was scary because I had no experience and I didn't even have a maths GCSE, and I thought, how am I going to do this? But I did it. And again, I excelled, but through every single job I enjoyed it, but there was difficulties. I think people could see my potential and they knew that I would go and succeed with all my dreams, and I think they just didn't like that at all. So my working life wasn't easy, but it was relatively easy for myself because I just switched off from it and focused on what I wanted to do. So while working at the bank, I went through, I don't really want to go into all of this again because I talk about it all the frickin' time. If you watch my law of attraction videos, I do explain how I got into most of this, and if you follow my Extreme Couponing and Deals UK page, you will know that my first boyfriend I was with and lived with left me in debt. So this is how the whole couponing side came about. So I just couponed for myself. I was 7 grand in debt. I needed to save money and quickly. Couldn't afford to pay the bills, couldn't afford to feed us. So I needed an outlet to make money. And when I say make money, it was just couponing and saving money off my weekly shop. I obviously had no idea that what I was doing would ever amount to anything. I just thought I was going to work in that bank for the rest of my life. So I started a Facebook page after lots of pestering from my best friends, and because they could see what I was doing and they were like, people need to know about this, people would love it and people would love to learn and save money themselves. So I started a Facebook page up, which is what it is today at 200,000 followers, which feels so surreal and so crazy to think that that many people value my advice and value my work. It's incredible, and I'm so grateful to have that opportunity to reach so many people. So like I said, when I started, I never ever thought for 1 second that it would ever amount to anything. I thought it would just be a hobby. And when the press started getting interested and the page started gaining a momentum with likes and followers, that's when it really started kicking off. Now, my work knew what I did, and I think they kind of panicked a bit because they were like, she's so gonna leave anytime soon. But I wasn't earning any money, so I couldn't really leave. It was only when I was showed how to make money that I gained the confidence and thought, this is what I want to do. I was passionate, it felt good to help people, and it just felt like it was leading to something amazing. And I'm really good, I get gut feelings about everything, and I just trusted my intuition and went with it. So I left the bank due to health reasons because I was so depressed and down because of the debt I was in, and it was a massive leap of faith for me. So I went and worked in a shop, in a clothes shop, just part-time to kind of keep the bills afloat and to work on my brand. Long story short, a whole year went past. The page was at probably 80,000 followers, I think, and I took a massive leap. I wasn't happy at the retail job, I was miserable, and I just thought there's more to life than this. There is more to life than having people put me down and struggling. So I wasn't earning enough to go self-employed, but I took the leap of faith. And a lot of entrepreneurs and successful people, and even bloggers, YouTubers, will tell you, you have to take that leap of faith. It doesn't just happen. You don't just earn enough one day and then you quit your job. You have to literally take that leap of faith, and it will either work or it won't work. And for me, luckily it worked. And because I had so much passion and dedication and just determination and hunger to make my hobby help as many people as possible, that's how it transformed into what it is today. So that is a business as such. I am the only person who runs it though, so I don't really like to call it a business. I just like to see it as a community of people who help one another, and you know, we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to save money, we're all trying to better ourselves and lead a better life, and it feels really amazing to know that I've created that. It's my baby and it's my passion, and 3 years on, I still wake up with that same passion every day, which is incredible because I've never had that in a job or anything I've done in life. So to still have that passion is phenomenal, and it shows that it just completely was the right thing to do. So a year into Extreme Couponing and Deals UK, brands started approaching me to review their products, and I thought, why me? Why do you want me to do it? Who am I? I'm not a blogger, and I never classed myself as a blogger ever. And that's when the Coupon Queen was born. So I started up the blog The Coupon Queen in 2014. Yeah, it was late. I started up the website xcoupuk.com in 2014, and then late 2014 I started up the blog to accompany it and to have a more kind of girly lifestyle kind of beauty spin on what I do. And that was really how I became a blogger. So I've always just kind of fallen into these things. It's never really been a massive effort. I haven't had to fight to do things. It's always just naturally happened. And that's really the key to life, letting things naturally unfold and just following your intuition and following your passion. And I always say, do what makes you happy and the money will follow. Even now, 2 years on, you know, my blog itself doesn't make tremendous amounts of money. And about probably 8 months after that, I then started YouTube. So the reason why I started YouTube was because I appeared on ITV, which was an incredible opportunity. It was my first sort of like national TV thing I did. And I thought, I need to get into YouTube now, you know, everyone's doing it, I need to get my face out there. And to be honest, to start off with, it was a very promotional thing. It was just another extension of my social media and something I felt I needed to do to grow the brand. It was never, I never thought it would be like this for sure. And gradually I just thought, no, this is so wrong. I don't want to film brandy videos, and I wanted to just film me, and I wanted to film, you know, creative, happy things. And I think that's where my media studies kind of passion came back in, because then I got to edit and do all the cool things that I do with my YouTube videos, and it was just another amazing thing to do. And I really do love blogging and YouTubing, because the three things I kind of see it as like three separate things, and everything I do I have so much passion for, and I just enjoy every single aspect of what I do in life. I love making these videos, and it's just a hobby for me, but that's what happened with my business to start off with. It was a hobby as well as my blog. At the moment it's a hobby, plus it does earn a little bit of an income. So I kind of look at it as the fact of, yeah, I'm not, you know, earning what all the incredible YouTubers or incredible bloggers earn, but do you know what? I'm happy, and one day I hope that by following my passion, and it is getting there, that I will have that return. So that was really kind of a summed up version of how I got into blogging and YouTube, and how things just conspired. I'm a big believer in fate, and everything happens for a reason, and if I hadn't have been put in £7,000 worth of debt, I wouldn't be sat here today. I wouldn't have all the amazing things I do, and I wouldn't have an incredible business which I'm so proud of and which helps so many people. So although it was a difficult time and a difficult situation, it's happened for the best, and that's just something I want to get across, that you can do anything you want to in life, no matter what qualifications you have, no matter what experience, whatever you dream of, you can have. And I think I'm proof of that. I was a completely average person with nothing really going for them, didn't have amazing grades, never did, and people would tell me that I was going to work in a shop all my life. Well, weren't they wrong? And my friend who is a teacher was actually saying to me, would you want to go into your school and do a talk about everything you've achieved and what you do? And I think, would they have me? Because they know that I'm gonna say, nobody believed in me, nobody thought I could do anything, and guess what? I've got the business, I'm the brand, and I didn't even need a product to be successful. And I think it's incredible to think that in another 10 years time there could be a completely new thing which is popular and which people can turn into a career and a lifestyle, and we don't even know about it yet. I always encourage people to live life to the fullest, and I definitely am. And it's not, I don't want to sit here and paint a pretty picture of, oh, I've got the perfect life, because I seriously don't. But I want to encourage people that you can do it too. If you love writing and you want to be a blogger, do it. Take whatever risk it takes and do it, and believe you can do it. If you want to be a YouTuber but you're too scared to be sat in front of a camera, do it. No one is gonna judge you apart from yourself. And I used to be really self-conscious to think people would, judge me for my videos or judge me for the way I looked or the way I talked, but nobody gives a damn. They enjoy watching your videos, and that's all that matters. There is something in this world for everyone, and I'm not saying that YouTube and blogging is the only way forward. There is so many careers out there which, people don't go for because they're too scared to, and that's just not what you should do in life. You should always go for what makes you happy, and if you're passionate about something but it's not going to pay the bills, do it anyway, because guaranteed one day it will pay the bills. So I hope that has given you a little bit of inspiration, or a little bit of hope, maybe, if you've had a really bad summer because you got bad grades, or you just don't know what you're going to do with your life, or maybe you're even a bit older and you still don't know what you're going to do with your life. So my top tips for social media growth, and just my top tips and stuff I've learned in general, because I wasn't an expert in any of this. Anything I do now I was not taught before. I've self-taught myself. So I've put my top tips in Natasha's book, and make sure to pre-order it if you do want to grow your YouTube and your blog, because it is a fantastic book. I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. It is a fantastic book, and I've learned tons from it already. So thank you guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. I will be doing another law of attraction video really soon. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video, which is next week. Lots of love.